What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 7. So you 7-7. If you have not seen the 7th episode of Season 7 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It is a simple and free way to support my channel. It literally takes less than 4 seconds to do. It is anonymous. I do not know that it's you liking the video. It helps my engagement on my channel. It helps your YouTube channel if you have one. It helps your algorithm. It helps, supports all the way around. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. And anything I say, it's my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And also, I am not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. You will hear me say you'll hear me say so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may talk slower to regain my thoughts. It is what it is. And I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. This episode wasn't bad. This episode was low-key mid. Like, not a lot happened in this episode. This episode was mid. I'm going to have to give it a C-. I'm sorry. This episode didn't give nothing for me. This episode was very mid. I'm going to have to give it a C-. I don't think I'm going to change my grade at the end of this review, but we'll see. Yeah, Last Chance, Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 7. About to spoil the entire episode, so if you have not seen it, turn this video off. Yeah, so the first episode begins from where we left off at the end of the last episode, which was Gary and Tamara making out. Gary's like, ooh, I like bad girls. He tells her, I like bad girls. Says that to Tamara. Then Hayden comes back out with no idea. I'm just like, what the fuck? First of all, what's taking Penelope so long in the bathroom? Second of all, why did it take Hayden so long to get back? They was making out for a little while. Third off, you didn't see that. You didn't see like nothing going on when you came out. It was weird. So Hayden comes out, the only thing standing in the way of me making partner is your girl Andy. And Gary's like, you still need an A-list client. So Tamara, she starts taking the dishes up, and Hayden's like, I like how domesticated you being. And then Gary tells Hayden, like, you take your time with Tamara and make her earn your trust back. I'm like, do you want her now, nigga? So then after Penelope and Gary leave, Hayden starts talking shit, saying that, it was. Gary and Penelope was faking like they was good, but they wasn't. Tamara asks Hayden if she trusts Gary. Hayden's like, oh yeah, Gary's been the same way he's been since college. So I'm like, so now y'all knew each other since college? I feel like it was another episode where we found out they met through the basketball games that they used to go. I don't remember. But I guess they met through college, I guess. How can we just find this? I don't know. It's weird to me. I feel like they knew. I don't know. Whatever. So Hayden's like, oh, I don't want to talk about Gary no more. I want to talk about your fine ass. I don't know what he says to Tamara. They start making out, start to ripping the clothes off or whatever. And Tamara is imagining Gary in her head. And I'm just like, her and Gary might just be they might be the perfect shiesty mates for each other. They both shiesty. They probably be perfect for each other. She probably wouldn't even care that he out here doing whatever the fuck he doing. As long as he's spending that bag on her. That's the type of vibe I get from Tamara. And he got more money than Hayden. So Rich and Sabrina, they're out on a date. Rich gifts Sabrina, he gives her praises and stuff, and then he gifts her a charm bracelet for her birthday. And then with an inscription, it says, with love from Rich. Sabrina starts talking about her, she has an egg freezing consultation. That's not the word. That's not the actual word to say, but she has a consultation the next day to talk about freezing her eggs. She says how she feels alone in the process, and Rich is like, I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. Sabrina's like, but you don't want kids, though. So Rich is like, I don't, but that shouldn't stop you from freezing your eggs. So before I can even think it, Sabrina was like, well, what'd she say? What if we get serious? What am I supposed to do with the eggs? And I'm like, exactly, bitch, which is why y'all should just break up now before y'all even get serious. So Rich is like, oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. No! Because when we cross that bridge, you still going to be feeling the way you feeling. And then Sabrina going to be out. It's just like, girl, no, you just need to leave him and get with a dude that wants to have kids. Because he's seeming like he's not going to change his mind. So Sabrina's like, oh, I feel like I'm setting myself up. If I had a baby, would you not be involved? Like, what would I tell my child? Like, are you just my boyfriend, baby father, whatever? Before Rich could even say anything, the server comes over with cupcake, candle lit. Happy birthday. I know Rich probably was like, right on time. So Andy, she gets to work. Hayden comes up to her and calls her Olivia Pope. She ignores the fuck out of him. She goes to her office. Well, Fatima rushes her in her office and is like, so is it true? And Andy's like, I have no idea what you talking about. Why has everybody been so weird? Whatever. She says she left her phone at Jordan. Who leaving their phone somewhere and talking about he was talking about love? Like, girl, even if he was, you ain't leaving your damn phone nowhere. So Fatima starts showing Andy all the blogs and stuff, the story about Jordan supposedly sleeping with an underage girl. Andy's like, when I met Jordan's PR team, they said he was clean. Fatima's like, well, I just want to let you know, everybody in the office already know, which is why I thought you knew. Then we get to seeing Karen. She gets to the salon and Pam tells her like, I got a big surge in orders and I'm in here working while I'm working. So Karen's like, well, that's a conflict of interest. And Pam's like, well, the books are thin. And I'm just like, how the books thin? But you just had a line long as hell in the last episode. They was all there for Pam's product. I'm lost. Then Pam brings up the Jordan scandal. Karen tries to call Andy. Of course, Andy doesn't answer because she don't have her phone. God damn, loud ass car. Like I've said numerous times in my reviews, I'm not good at text, so I don't know how to block out backing sounds that happen. Whatever happens, it happens. I just like talking about shows, and I know other people like talking about some shows that other people don't, so that's why I do these reviews. They're not going to be perfect. They'll never be perfect. Of course, I'm trying to improve on my editing and stuff. Like, I wish I could block out the ceiling. Fucking snow made our ceiling start cracking. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, then we get to seeing Tony. He approaches Danny at work. He's like, you been ignoring me, da-da-da. Basically tells her, like, my baby mama got deployed. She's in the military, so I have to take the kids until she gets back. I'm just in my head like, he shouldn't even have to explain why the fuck he got to take care of his own kids. If he told you from jump that he had kids, just expect that they gonna pop up from time to time. He gonna have to, like, he's a dad. If he's a dad in their life, then you should expect that them kids gonna be around. I mean, granted, you didn't want to meet them the way you met them, all half naked and shit, but the fact is you knew. So then Danny, she says, but you didn't talk to me about your kids coming or whatever. And like I said, I'm like, those are his kids. Like, you don't got no say-so. So then Tony tells Danny, like, you being super insensitive. Then he apologizes again. He says, but my kids are staying, so you just gonna have to deal with it. So now we at the bank. Of course, Sabrina's annoying coworker Paige. Like, I noticed you put extra money in your drawer. It's only supposed to be this certain amount in the drawer. And Sabrina's like, well, I know how much I put in my drawer, but if you want to double check it, go ahead, because I got to go make a phone call. Paige is like, I'm so used to double checking your work anyway. I'll do it. She just be so shady to Sabrina. So Sabrina, she goes in her office. She begins to have a Zoom call with an IVF specialist. And the doctor tells her that it would be better for her to freeze embryos because those are better chances of her getting pregnant. And Sabrina's like, okay, yeah, I would like to freeze my embryos. So the doctor's like, well, you're going to need sperm, and you listed that you're single. So Sabrina's like, oh, I've been looking into sperm banks. So then the doctor tells her, okay, we're going to get you started with ultrasound, blood work, make sure everything's good. Then we'll start giving you the fertility shots. Then we get back to the law firm. Fatima goes to check on Andy in her office. Fatima and Andy start like weighing the options. Like, is Jordan telling the truth? Is he not? I mean, is the story about Jordan true or not? Andy's getting emotional thinking about her reputation. Like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. It's like her reputation already down the drain, if you ask me. Then Zach, he pops up with flowers for Fatima. And he got her acceptance letter to law school framed. And she was like, oh, I was going to tell you. He was like, don't worry about it. He was like, I'm super proud of you. He tells her, I'm going to be there every step of the way. And when you pass the bar, I'm going to build you your own law firm. I was like, I know that's right, Zach. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man, Fatima. So then he asks Fatima, like, so we getting married before school or after school? And Fatima's like, let's just focus on celebrating right now. Now I'm starting to think, like, do Fatima even want to get married? Andy comes in the office, emotional. She's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go break up with Jordan. Zach's like, hi, Andy. So when Andy gets to the parking garage, Jordan pops up. He's like, Andy's like, is it true? Jordan's like, of course it's not true. I've never met that girl. Andy starts talking about how it's humiliating at her job and how everything is just not, it's like basically making her look bad, basically. So then Danny, she goes to Tony's office, tells him she was being insensitive. She's never dated anyone with kids. And Tony's like, oh, wow, therapy's really working for you. So Danny's like, well, from now on, I'm going to be a supportive girlfriend from here on out. Tony's like, so that means you're going to step up like stepmother? Danny's like, oh, no, we're not going that far. Then we get to seeing Karen. She goes to Sabrina's job. Sabrina's helping her trying to get a loan. Karen's telling her about all the problems that she's having at the shop, and how at one point in one part she's proud of Pam and her product, but at the same time it's making her slack off at work, and she's doing the social media things and stuff like that. Then Karen talks briefly a little bit about the changes that her body's going through, being pregnant, whatever. Then they start talking a little bit about Jordan's scandal, and Karen suggests they have a girls' night at Andy's. Then Sabrina tells Karen, oh, you wasn't approved for the loan. She's like, but Andy did just give me a check. I could give it to you. Karen's like, oh, no. I'm like, at one point, she gave Karen a check, too. That's why I said Andy got money. So Karen's like, no, she gave that to you as a gift. No, I'll figure it out. She leaves. Then Maurice calls Sabrina to ask her how her IVF appointment went. Sabrina tells Maurice, like, she's actually going to freeze her embryos instead of her eggs. She's going to freeze embryos instead of her eggs. Then she asks Maurice about the dude Grayson that he's seeing. Maurice, you know, he giving details in the Maurice fashion. I don't remember everything he says. You know how extra Maurice is. Then they end the call, and all of a sudden, Grayson pops up in Maurice's place. It's like, I got tickets for us to see it to a jazz festival. So Maurice is like, how did you get in here? So Grayson's like, the door was cracked. Oh, excuse me, I knew I had to burp. So Grayson's like, the door was cracked. And I'm like, first off, why the fuck is your door cracked, Maurice, when you just had the incident you had with Q? And secondly, why did Grayson think it was just okay? Like, these Tyler Perry men be so thirsty. I don't like the thirstiness that they be. Like, why would he think it's okay just because his door cracked to just come on in? Why wouldn't you call Maurice and be like, hey, I'm outside your door? It's still a pop-up. I get you wanted to pop up and be spontaneous. He had flowers, but you couldn't call while he was at the door. You just saw it was cracking. Like, oh, I'm just going to go in. So then Grayson says to Maurice, do you really want a relationship? Do you actually want a relationship? Because I heard you just telling your client that you didn't want to get married or be in a relationship. So Maurice is like, oh, it's just a client. I tell them whatever they want to hear. So apparently Grayson wasn't feeling that. He's like, oh, I'm going to take a rain check on the date. And then he leaves. So then Gary, we get this thing. Gary calls Tamara. I was like, it just wasn't given. Like, I said Gary is attractive. I don't like his character, but he's attractive to me. I love Chocolate Man. But it was just like the way he was trying to like phone sex with Tamara, it was just not given. He calls Tamara like, I can't stop thinking about your lips, and I'm not talking about the ones on your face. And I'm just like, this is not giving sexy. Talking about when you sleep with Hayden tonight, think about my fat dick or something. I was just like, it's not giving. It wasn't giving. And then Hayden comes out, and Tamara's like, come here. He starts eating her out. I'm just like, okay. So then we get this thing. All the girls are at Andy's place. It's hella awkward. People don't know what to ask or whatever. But you know, Danny don't give a fuck. So she's like, are you going to stick beside Jordan? And Andy's like, well, how would that make me look? And Danny was like a damn fool or something. She said like that. Karen's like, well, I think you should hear Jordan out. So Andy's like, I just need time to process it all. So then Sabrina tells the ladies that she's going to freeze her embryos. Tells them she's going to get sperm from a sperm bank. Danny's like, well, if it's a serial killer. Karen and Andy are like, we support you, Sabrina. So then Karen gets up. She's like, I got to go. Leaves abruptly. Danny's like, it's giving sneaky link. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, so what they about to try to make it seem like Karen got a sneaky link or something? Because why she getting up randomly if she ain't going to the salon? If you ain't going to the salon, where you going at? But then we see in the last scene where she ended up going there. I was just like, girl. So then Andy steps away to answer Jordan's call. She's like, I can't talk right now. The girls are over. Jordan's like, if we break up, it's going to be over false accusations. He tells her he even went to the police to tell them everything he knew, and they even believed him. And I'm just like, I don't know. Because she like, did you take your attorney? He's like, no. So Andy's like, oh, I have to get back to the girls. We'll talk tomorrow, and hangs up on him. Because Jordan, he was trying to come over after the girls left. These niggas always trying to come over. But she's like, oh, no, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I got to get back to the girls. Hangs up on him. So then we get this final scene. Karen shows up at Zatima's place. And I'm just like, what the hell is she at their house for? So she tells Zach, oh, I got an appointment for a DNA test tomorrow. She says, for you, it's just saliva, but for me, they got to stick a needle in my stomach and get fluid from the embryonic sac or something. She said like that. I was like, sheesh, they got to put a needle in your pregnant belly? Zach started feeling bad. He was like, oh, damn, I didn't know you was going to have to go through it. Karen was like, oh, I don't even hear all that. I just came to tell you that the appointment was tomorrow. Even Zach said you couldn't call and tell me this. I was like, why you couldn't call and tell him that? So Zach's like, okay, I'll be there. Karen's like, and don't bring Fatima. Fatima ends up popping up. She's like, who's going to stop me from coming? So Zach, he intervenes. Like, I thought y'all was kumbaya, had a sister moment when Karen came and dropped off the stuff for Michael. And I was like, yeah, until Fatima made you press Karen to get a DNA test. Not saying that Fatima's in the wrong, but that's where that sisterhood kind of went out the door. That shit went out the window now. Now they back beefing. Because Karen knows that Fatima put you up to it, Zach. So Karen, basically, she's like, I don't remember what she says verbatim, but she basically like, Fatima need not to be in business that got something to do with me and you and this baby or whatever. And Fatima's like, well, I'm his soon-to-be wife, so I need to be in the know. So Karen, she starts walking away. Oh, it's an appointment tomorrow. No bitches allowed. Fatima's like, I got your bitch or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, you could have called and said that. You just be wanting to see Zach. We get it. Whatever. That's how the episode ends. Like I said, this episode was super mid. Like, it was mid to me. I would have to give it a C minus. They didn't give us nothing. Like, it's becoming more like a girlfriends type of situation where we seeing the lives of the sisters or whatever. But it's just like nothing in this episode had me like, oh shit, or whatever. Like, nothing revealing happened. It just ain't really give nothing. Predictions for episodes to come. Well, we would hope that the next episode they're gonna be at this doctor's office and we're gonna find out who the baby daddy is finally. Or is it just the test that they taking tomorrow and they gotta wait a couple days for the results? That's gonna be annoying because then they're gonna give us, then they're gonna stall us out a couple more episodes probably. Like I said, Sabrina just need to leave that nigga alone. He don't want kids, and he not gonna want kids in the future. So you just wasting your time with him. You gonna have a child, and he gonna be around from when the baby's born all the way while the baby growing up, but he don't want to be the dad. It just don't make sense. I say just forget about him. Focus on trying to get that manager position. That's what Sabrina need to do. Danny, I mean, I'm here for her and Tony. We shall see. Like I said, I'm here for her and Tony. The kids, I mean, she knew about them, so ain't nothing really to say there. Let's just see how what her actions be about when she get around these kids. I guess we're going to get a scene with her and the kids. Karen, like I said, let's just hope that we get the actual results and who the dad is in the next episode. Let's just hope. And Andy, I don't know. I feel like she probably going to break up with Jordan because she believe in the rumors, and then she going to find out it's not true. And then Jordan probably ain't gonna fuck with her because like, you didn't have no faith in me. I don't know. That's just my assumption. Whatever. Those are my thoughts or what have you nots for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below what you would grade the episode, what you thought of the episode. If I forgot anything or was off on anything specific, let me know in the comments. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I don't only review Sisters. I review other shows as well. I just posted my late review of Tyler Perry's The Oval. So if you watched that, go check that out. I review other random shows on... I review other shows on random. I review a lot of stuff. Just check out my channel. I got little covers, little freestyles on there. Just check out my channel. You never know what you might see that you might be into. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.